Brown Brothers.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna sidetrack a little bit.
Yeah.
Purely because you brought up Montel. Speak on people like everyone will know Montel for sure in the dance community, but for the people who don't know who Montel was,
Yeah.
who was Montel to you? Like
Yeah, Montal, bro, was like our little brother, bro. He was like my little brother.
little big brother.
Yeah, little big brother, all right? He was larger than life type of character, bro, that you always had to kind of keep in line if he got like too crazy.
Yeah.
So there was too many moments, bro, like he just got a bit
I
too
bet it
crazy.
was, I bet.
So there's constant growlings, constant conversations, constant debates and, arguments between the both of us, but
Right.
yeah, at the end of the day, bro, he was like my little brother.
Yeah.
Little big brother.
Yeah.
And he unfortunately passed due to cancer. And so, it was a bit of an annoying thing, but
Right.
I will always forever share real close to my heart, like those memories. And
course.
I was so grateful. Like you brought up what it felt like after EBS. And I'll tell this, I don't know if I've told this much to other people. People might find this like, he's just saying that because he won. But honestly, bro, chasing a dream and being number one and chasing like this whatever thing was like to be like
Right.
a gold medalist or whatever, I knew in my mind when I was like 13 or 14 running laps at like a freaking field
Right.
just down the road from Mangry, like close to home.
Right.
I knew all of this work was to get to this point and to win something, right? And it was cool, it was great, I was gonna do that. When it came, bro, it felt empty. Like real empty, bro.
Right.
Like I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just tripping out, bro, because I didn't.
You achieved that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But it
I don't
felt
think
empty.
I don't think I was ever trying to. I don't know. EBS was weird. I was just there. I was just kind of doing my thing, and when I won, when it all happened,
Right.
it just felt empty, bro. You know what I mean? And
That's-
the coolest thing for me that I did with the world title, with the whatever,
Yeah.
is that I gave the belt to Montel and I gave it to like my wife. So like giving it to them, it felt like for me, it felt way more to them than it did to me. Like it was honestly so weird, bro. And it was such like I was battling it for ages, like when I came back.
Right.
Because people were celebrating me and I
So
appreciated it.
So
like,
yeah, when you won those, like all the
It
crumb
felt
pages,
like we won.
Yeah.
We're like,
all the
yeah.
crumb pages going off, like all
Yeah.
the chats going off, and like, yo, we're meeting here. We're gonna
Yeah.
do this big ass session, bro.
Yes,
And
bro.
So like, people that like don't normally turn up, including meals, just turned up to this
Yeah.
thing, bro. Because like when you won, also it was like
It was like a whole nother possibility
Yes. I
don't
for
know.
New Zealand crumpers to be like, actually,
yeah.
we can do this.
we can, yeah,
Yeah.
like, and it doesn't even have to be like EBS or
yeah,
anything
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But solely we can reach those
Facts.
Those
those
levels,
heights.
yeah, those
So
heights.
like it's buzzy to hear that it felt empty for you because back home was like
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was like the biggest thing. It was like
Yeah.
it's like when you see these like that's just for example like Joseph Parker or anything like that, or like even Izzy or stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. If we're seeing them win world
Representing-
titles,
Yeah.
representing New Zealand, and yeah, that's just it. They're from New Zealand. It was the same thing with you. So like,
Yeah.
but it's a bit more because it's dance related.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everyone that was, within this dance scene, we were just going off.
Yeah, bro.
The session, I don't know if you've seen the videos and stuff.
seen a couple,
So
yeah.
there was Auckland,
Yeah.
Palmy, Wellies, everyone was just getting off. And
Yeah.
the sessions were like, so they went on for ages.
That's
It was
crazy.
like-
yeah.
Almost turned down the volume.
It was cool. No, solid. We had the sessions out in South. It was to the point where we had the sessions. We'd have a break, go get a feed, come back, and the session's still going.
Funny.
And I'm like,
Yeah, and it's crazy, bro, because I remember when it happened and just seeing the look on Montel's face, my wife's face, Trent's
Yeah.
face, and some of the other New Zealanders that were there, like Chris was there as well.
Right.
Some of the Aussies were there too.
Right.
And it, like you said, bro, it was like, it's possible now, you know?
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
for me, it was like, it was empty in the sense that like, I felt like my life would change
Yeah,
when
like
this would happen.
drastically.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I felt like something crazy inside me
that's
would go.
a normal feeling for when you work yourself up to work and like have this goal.
Yeah.
You naturally think that by achieving this goal, your life's gonna be like instantly changed.
Because you got nothing else planned after that, right? Like you're like,
Yeah, most of the times you're like,
What am I
this
doing
is
now?
the be
Yeah.
all and end all.
Yeah,
and then
bro.
when you achieve that, it's
Right.
like, oh.
Yeah.
Then I could imagine why you felt empty, because it's like you've achieved this. It's almost like when you reach your goal, then another goal comes.
Right.
Yep.
You know, and
Hard
then
out.
it keeps going like that.
Yeah, and I think for me it was just I didn't know that was gonna happen, bro.
Right.
For me, I thought I was just gonna be out in the first round, to be honest,
Yeah.
because
Damn.
yeah, like again, like prior to 2018, prior to me being there, like and doing what I did, before that, like bro, NZ, the thought of a New Zealander achieving greatness on that level, it was so hard to see, bro. Like it was impossible at a point in time.
Of course,
Like
yeah.
it was like, nah, this can't. Like we were all chasing an impossible dream,
Right.
and for me, I was like chasing an impossible dream that somehow on that day it happened,
possible.
and I was like, whoa, like I
You
just
opened
felt
the doors.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is crazy, this is weird. But whenever people say like, you know, did it feel like you conquered like a mountain? It's like yes, but then also the other area was like the trophy, the title, all of that stuff. It didn't mean much about me because it was all about everyone else. Like I loved seeing everyone else's reaction to me winning. I loved
Yeah.
all of that.
Like it almost means more to others.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you win, eh?
For sure, bro.
I
And
think we get that in ID too.
Yeah.
when,
Yeah.
Like
So, yeah.
we win like a certain comp.
Yeah.
Like you almost feel like overwhelmed at the end.
Yep.
But the
Yeah.
people around you,
Yeah.
they feel like
usually the
the
kids,
win.
Yeah.
They
kids
feel
are
the
like,
dub.
Yeah.
the kids are like up in arms about it, and then the choreographers are like, but when are we celebrating?
Yeah.
When's the
It was
celebration?
actually crazy, bro. So yeah, that's how I felt, bro. And then when I came back, it was literally just go back to work,
Back into
like
it.
back
Yeah.
into it, like cool. And you know, like I had to. It was funny because heaps of people were saying, or still do, like they still call me the champ or whatever. But honestly, I shut that door in 2018. Like I'm on to the next thing. You know what I mean? Like it's like
That's champ
That's
mentality, though.
That's why.
ah,
it
for
is.
real,
He
bro.
is.
Like you know, like in 2018, like yeah, all good. Like
Yeah,
call me the
yeah.
champ and all
Yeah.
that. But nah, right now it's just to me, it's just a trophy that's said and done.
Yeah.
Maybe when I retire or when I transition into the next thing,
Yeah.
maybe
Wear
I'll
it
have
around every
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
yeah, I'll celebrate it. Maybe I'll
Back in my day.
maybe rock up to a session. But you guys have this. No.
Yeah. You gotta tell your kids like back in my day.
Yeah, back in
I was
my
a
day.
world champ.
Yeah, maybe I'll like wear it more, but I think right now, bro, it's just something that's just there
Okay,
on the
yeah.
side.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
that.
Ah, amazing,
It's
brother.
crack up.
No, awesome. Yeah. So, just talking about your career, bro. Like we've gone over like things like Prestige and Eclipse and your choreo career to like EBS,
Crump career.
your crump career. Now, imagine if you were to strip all of that away, and maybe say think like we're in an alternate
Alternate reality.
reality.
Yep.
If you weren't dancing, what do you think your career path would? Maybe not even career path, just life path, or
Yeah.
what do you think you would be
Doing.
in an alternate universe? Say
Yeah.
Earth 201156. I
Right.
don't know.
Bro, honestly, dance played a huge role in terms of me finding all of these different like creative niches that I like to be a part of, like
Right.
editing and all that. So if I wasn't dancing, I don't know if I would be doing that per se. I think prior to dance, it was just gridiron, bro.
Sports.
Yeah, sports.
Yeah.
Like I was legit. Like made the New Zealand team. I had a soul.
Right.
Yeah, bro. I had a sole goal of like cracking it, going to college,
Yep.
doing that whole thing, and just pursuing being a gridiron player, bro.
Right.
And
Right.
That's cool.
and it was funny because that last year it was either do I go with gridiron or do I go with dance.
Right.
And I said, stuff all the sports, I'm going to go dance.
Yeah.
So I think if it wasn't for dance, then yeah, I'd be trying sports. You know what I
Sports.
mean? Trying to do all that, bro.
And look, also like just discussing your career thus far. If like you said, that chip on your shoulder might have given you the same edge in this
Bruh,
sport.
I-
or
Oh,
you
anything
would have
like that.
succeeded
Yeah,
in whatever
Solid.
you
I
did.
reckon you would have done
100%.
good because like it's not even like just glancing over your career and stuff. It's not even like the accolades that you got in the dance world, you transfer that energy and whatever you had for dance into something else, I have no doubt
you would
have
achieve
been
greatness.
You would have been like
Sure,
up
boys.
there, so.
Yeah, bro. Honestly,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I was super into sports, bro.
Yeah.
Super
And I
into
think that
sports.
was even a New Zealand cultural thing,
Yeah.
right? Like
It is, yeah.
I was a small fella growing up, but my dad thought I was going to be an All Black.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
He's going to be an All Black, my son,
Yeah.
telling everyone. So, like, I think it even... Facts, bro. So it's sort of like, that was sort of in our culture.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, it was sort of like, especially if you had boys in your family, it was like,
Yeah.
nah, he's going to be a rugby player or soccer or whatever. Like,
Something.
he was just going to be a sports player.
Yeah.
Right.
And your dads are like writing their dreams on you.
Yeah, right. Big
Yeah.
facts.
Boy,
Even though
you're gonna
you're
become
gonna be
an All Black.
Yeah.
That's
You're like,
too
I don't
funny.
actually like rugby.
Yeah,
I know what that feels like, bro.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome, brother. We are getting a little bit closer to the end, but just before we do, we just want to get your perspective on some differences that you see between the new gen and the old generation, and this is to do with dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I love the OGs because of all the obstacles that they had to kind of go through to get to the stage where where we walked into things, you know what I mean? So I have a massive love for the OGs.
course.
I think the new gen, I think we talked about it before. I feel like the new gen technically like far more ahead in terms of the same timeline that we came into things, you know what I mean? Like they're just way more skilled though. But that comes down to just the teachings as well, like the teachers and all that. But on the other side of it, I do feel like the new era or the new gens now, there's like a different sense of resilience. Like I feel like
Right.
things are so like you can't say to someone that they suck when I don't know, things are just taken like way more sensitive now. And I
Back
think
in the day, you used to get
back in the
told,
day you used to
bro,
get
you're
told
bad.
like you're a bad, and I think like it's not to say that things from the OGs, like obviously we as practitioners of whatever, we pass down things that we find were helpful and we leave all the other crap
All the other
behind,
stuff.
you
Yep,
know what I
yep,
mean?
for sure,
And I think as generations happen, it's always going to grow and change, but I do miss the thing that's missing with the new gen now, and this is something that like whatever crew that I was taking or have taken in the past, I've always said like, man, you don't need to follow the masses. You
Right.
don't need to follow what's trending. You don't
Right.
need to follow what's technically working.
Yep.
Like you find that in yourself, in the experiences, and then from there,
That's huge.
you, your team, your friends, like you guys can be just as great as the people that they
You
look,
look
up
up
to.
to. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
bro.
right.
And so I feel like that's my one thing that I think the generations before us understood, is that like they were willing to kind of just hold on or keep things in-house so that they would build something good enough of a product to then take out to the masses.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think now it's different to where people only follow what's
What's
working.
working.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a big pet peeve
And
of
there's
mine.
big companies now that
Yeah.
cater to that.
Yeah.
And then they can go join certain companies.
Yeah. And I think, like hats off to the companies, hats off to the studios, because, they're the ones that are keeping dance relevant and great and good.
Keeping it going.
Yeah, like for real. But I also just think it's a generational thing,
Right.
like in this day and age with all the, PC things and, trying to just make things politically correct. Like there's certain things that you can't, or not you can't, but it's just different.
It's frowned upon. To
Yeah,
say
it's just different,
Yeah.
And I think the way that I came up will never ever be the same as someone else's experience now.
course, of
But
course.
then that there is a lack of strength in that if isn't
Totally.
like passed down or exchanged in a way where both parties are understanding.
Understanding,
Then
yeah.
it's like, bro, you're just gonna repeat the cycle that or the problems that we had, just in another way.
In another way.
Yeah, and I think that's always my concern is like I want dancers nowadays to feel like you don't have to join what's working to find out what's good.
What's good? Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like you
Go.
can You know, you just got to keep at it, bro. Because you like
you'll find your style. You'll
Yeah.
find your essence.
you'll find your group, you'll find your crew, you'll find
your people.
you'll
Sure.
find your people, man. And I think like coming from stylistically, like my experience of Crump, so like, I remember there was hardly anyone that liked the thought of Crump being, I don't know, as popular as it is now. Like it was very difficult. It was different. And now it's like way different. Like you know, people
full events,
like full
international
events, like
yeah.
people like in the choreo world now, what I've seen from the new generation is that they're way more like, the idea of like crumping is a little bit different to what it was a little time ago.
Yeah.
Where it was like, now it's kind of cool. Whereas before it was like, nah.
Yeah.
Like you
It was
either
like-
had those, yes.
Yeah, nah,
You know?
it's definitely
exactly what you
becoming a bit more accessible
Yeah, I don't know.
to the younger gen, and they're
Yes.
like wanting to get involved in it.
Yeah,
now.
and I think they can see, like with different people, especially with our generation of dancers / crumpers, they see the benefit now.
Right.
They see the benefit of
Right.
you know, being fluid in both, or having skills in
Yeah,
either or.
multiple tools
Yes,
for your
bro.
tool belt.
Because I think, you know, before with the OGs prior, it was always like, you know, be skilled in one thing. I remember having a conversation with somebody. I'm a fan of, I think it was Manfred. I was having a conversation with him.
You would have a good
but,
combo with him.
Yeah, but I think I was saying, because I'm a fan of people learning different styles all at once. So
Right.
that you're quicker to learn things, but you're quicker to unlearn things as
Right.
well. I
Okay.
feel like if you're a special, like again, this comes down to what's your goal in dance. Are you
Yeah,
trying to be
yeah.
a specialist, or are you just trying to be as
Rounded.
more rounded, or
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
And I think for me, I'm a fan of, like, obviously I can speak on it because Crump was my one thing that kind of that I took to everything.
Yeah.
But I was never really a specialist in Crump. People knew me as a crumper, like, and I hated it. I hated people boxing me as a crumper, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, gee, I'm not just a crumper, man. I can do whatever I want.
everything.
So, like,
Yeah.
just speaking on that, I would
Yeah.
say in New Zealanders, you're probably one of the most well-rounded
Like,
dancers.
100%.
Like, so like, you can do flips and stuff.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah.
saw you do
No,
flips
just
and
like
stuff. So like, he's doing what as a house.
House,
He's getting into
nice.
houses. And I just
definitely
seen
the most rounded dancer.
yeah. I've
Thanks,
just seen that you're getting back into your choreo bag. You're
Yeah,
teaching
bro.
classes and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yes,
seen
bro.
that set. That was lit.
Shut up, bro.
What was it? What's the song you taught to us?
Still tipping?
Tipping on?
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
So
song.
I was like, yeah, musicality for days. And he's gonna. But one thing I know about you, is just from like previous like history on like how you dance, is that you're always gonna add like footwork goals.
Yeah.
Silly, and the footwork was going crazy. From
Clean.
what I see.
Bro, appreciate y'all, man.
So I would say, yeah, from like just from an outside perspective, you saying that, yeah, you're probably one of the most
Appreciate it,
well-rounded
bro.
girls.
Yeah,
Like,
appreciate
and
it.
it's crazy because you're the maddest at crump, but you're also like you could kill off with
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
else. And I'm
Bro,
like,
appreciate
It's
it.
almost a little bit
I'm trying. Nah, bro.
who made this guy?
I'm dying, bro.
Amazing,
but
brother.
yeah, for real. I feel like, yeah, just talking about that whole, like, that's one thing that I would pass on to the new gen is like learn as many things earlier in your career or earlier in your kind of journey, because then it's way easier to unlearn things.
Right.
And I think now with dance, I feel like it's just this constant cycle of learning different techniques again and again. But when you've done it for so long, it feels repetitive. Like it's like
Right.
this, you're learning different techniques, but it's
same.
the same. It's same, bro. And I feel like now with where I am at dance, in dance and all of that, things are same, but you just got to match the energy within that particular style. Which is why I'm like always saying to different dancers, and this is a conversation that I had with Manny, is that like, yeah, I'm from the standpoint of learn as many things at the same time early, so that it's a lot easier for you to unlearn things.
Right.
Because you get to a point where if you're a specialist, like, yeah, it's like, you know, that whole jack of all trades but master of none.
master of none.
Yeah.
But the full saying is like, it's still better than a master of one.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like
right.
it's for me, it's just that same thing, bro. It's like, you know, you can be you can be a specialist, and that's mean, that's solid.
Yeah.
But then when you're trying to translate different things and learn different things, you're gonna then
You're
have
gonna
to
struggle.
unlearn that.
Yeah. You're gonna
All that
struggle.
time spent like learning something, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to unlearn it. And so,
Right.
yeah, for any other dancers, man, that's what I feel like the new gen now are a part of. They're able to learn a whole lot of new different things, a lot quicker, a lot sooner. And I'm just encouraging them, like, just learn everything. Don't box yourself into
yourself in, right.
Yeah, because you'll
Don't
regret it
limit
at the
yourself.
end of it. You know what I mean? I think if I was just to focus on crump and just be a crumper, I would have, just kind of did myself a disservice, because then I would have missed out on all these other styles that I love, bro. Like locking, house, like obviously the choreo scene, the crew scene. It forced you to learn different styles,
Right.
And it's mean, like, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying like I'm not going to be great at every style that I do, but the learning part of it, the learning mechanics of it, and you having to switch on that part of your brain and be flexible enough to unlearn certain things from that
especially
training.
in the choreo world, it's like, especially crew work.
Yeah.
The teacher, the way they do it is the way you need to do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the way they do it feels weird to your body.
Hard
so
out,
you
bro.
have to unlearn
Yeah.
certain ways that your body naturally moves
Yeah.
to suit that
Yeah.
choreographer.
Yeah.
Hard out.
right.
But see, the great thing about it is if you can do that, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Because then you can do your own thing later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heaps of the students always like, sometimes they'll like see our choreo,
Mm.
and obviously we're all specialists in whatever set we're
Style
doing.
and-
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, man, that was so cool, that was so bad. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, yous are actually doing it better, but they're doing all of the styles. So when you're talking about learning all these styles and stuff, like crew kids, company kids and stuff like that, yous are actually doing that without knowing that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you're getting taught multiple styles, different ways of moving your body.
and
Yeah.
yous are killing it,
Understanding
bro.
that.
So like,
Hard out.
yeah, yous are like way better than I was.
Yeah, the new gen definitely have like all the tools in front of them.
Right.
But I think where they lack is that whole it's like that inner dog to make what they feel
Yeah.
or what's inside them
Yeah.
come out.
Come out.
Because in this day and age, like, kids give up on certain things so much easier now.
Easier.
It's like
Yeah.
if it's not popping,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
I know exactly what you mean.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
buzzy thing, bro. And so, yeah, it's just something that each generation has their own things that they have to kind of overcome. And I think hopefully, like, this gen of dancers will kind of just
I
be
think-
more encouraged to go that way.
I think they are low key. Like there's just recently thinking about the new wave, or is it the wave or new
Oh,
wave?
yeah.
the
So
way-
yeah, all those people that were took initiative to do that whole thing,
Yeah.
man, yous are like that type of thing. Yous are reminding me of what
Yeah.
we were doing back in the day, and it's just refreshing to see, because the new gen, now
They need
they
things like that, eh?
Yeah.
like they need people
Taking the
almost
initiative.
handed to them, but like when I saw the new wave and stuff, they're kind of creating their own path, which is
Hard out.
Exactly.
And I
Shout
find
out
like
to-
they're like the new generation heavy hitters now.
right.
Yeah.
They're not
Right.
they're not new gens.
Right.
Like,
Nah, they're heavy
yeah,
hitters.
they're like heavy hitters right
Benay,
now, bro.
Joseph.
Yeah.
So
for
shout
real.
out to
Caleb.
them, Renee,
Yes.
Joseph, all of them that taught
Caleb.
at that was it a dance camp?
Yeah.
They taught at that
Rach.
dance camp. Damn. So like we went to that dance camp. Sorry to sidetrack a little bit. I went to Rachel's class and I saw Josh and Cody there. We all looked at each other like. we were like, bro, we're the
Not
oldest
the
ones there,
corals,
man.
not the corals at the back.
Jay, that is something also that I crack up at, yo. Like, that's why I don't go to many classes now, because I was like, I'm the oldest one in this. God.
It's a different thing.
Yeah, bro. Oh my gosh.
Cool, bro. So yeah, just before we're just about to wrap it up, bro.
Easy.
And just before we get into our wrap up, bro, there's a segment. Look, we don't know how this is gonna go because we haven't tried it yet. So hey,
We'll find out soon.
but pretty much we got a segment called Saucy or Horsey. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty much just like quick fire type style questions. It's more of a this or that type.
Spill the
segment.
sauce.
Yeah, you either spill the sauce or you get horsed.
Woo!
Yeah. So and some of these there's some questions in there that are pretty like easy to answer, and then some in there that are like
That's
pretty
crazy.
hard to answer.
Damn, peanut butter whiskey. Damn.
Take it. So the thing is also when if you don't want to answer a question, obviously take a shot. But the thing is that you're not taking a shot by yourself. We'll all take a shot.
Hey now. Hey
So,
now.
Yeah, so you're not the only one.
Yeah.
We were like thinking, like, if we run this and he's the only one drinking, that's crazy.
Yo,
That's
that is
crazy.
funny.
Take it easy on us.
Sheesh.
Okay, so we've got like maybe 10 questions or so. It's gonna be like it'll be over in a blink, but we'll just see how this goes. Yeah, saucy or horsey. We are just gonna go straight off the bat. First question is me. So we're gonna go
Just
me,
alternate
this guy,
between.
me, this guy, me,
Sweet
this guy.
brothers.
So first question. Now, oh sorry, I'm doing a whole lot of explaining, but this is the first time we're doing it. So, this is in this context when we ask these questions, the context is whatever you think. Like,
Yeah.
So
Some
it
of
doesn't
them
even
might
have to
just
be
be
dance
names.
related.
Okay.
Whatever we say, you just
You
Let's
can
go with
interpret
it. Say.
it how you want.
however you
All
want
right,
it
brothers.
to. All right, first question. So you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. Byron or Trent?
Yeah, that's crack up. That's crack up. We are. I love all my usos, man.
Hey, that's not that bad.
That's
That's
good.
peanut butter. That's crazy. Okay, they might not be as quick fire as I thought they were gonna be. 'Cause we have to refill.
Nah, you good. You good.
Next question, you.
Burning building. Are you saving your mum or your partner?
See, now that's crazy.
So we're drinking again, I guess.
That's a crazy question.
Yeah.
That's a crazy question.
I don't think I would even answer that one.
Far out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are we going to be able to drive home?
Yeah. Far. Hopefully.
Now we got. I got foodles. I got some coffee. We'll be sweet. Okay, next question. Sabers or sights?
Ooh, I can answer this one. I can answer this one. I would say,
This is whatever context you want, Us. So
damn. Sabers or sights? I think for nostalgia and just like what the name stands for
Yep.
is sabers.
Right.
I think sights though is more for me just like I love not having expectations or having a certain, kind of like, oh yeah, everyone kind of knows that sabers. Oh yeah, if you're a saber, oh yeah, you kind of know what
it's
you're gonna
like
bring.
a household name, right?
Yeah, kind of thing. And so I think I love sights for that just being like no one really knows, no one kind of has this expectation.
Yeah.
So you can kind of do
that
whatever.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that but for nostalgia's purposes and all the stuff that I've kind of done as saber.
Nice.
Street battles or event battles?
I love street battles, bro.
Everything.
I love
I already
street
knew
battles,
the
bro.
question.
Yeah.
I mean, I love event battles, and I think because of what events have done for my career,
Yeah.
they've been awesome.
Yeah, of course.
But street battles, bro, I love it. It's like,
different essence,
That
right?
Bro.
essence and-
Right? Yeah.
and if you fight, you just fight. That.
Yeah,
it's
throwing
throwing
hands.
throw hands, you just
It
throw a
kind of
couple
gets
hands,
like
bro.
that sometimes, man. Like that. Some of these rounds don't make it to the camera, man.
Bro, honest. Sometimes I'm like, hey, now my camera is almost too close to the action, yo.
This is the world star.
I know, right? Honestly, bro, it'd be cracking.
Okay. Would you rather have gout or go through 100 rounds pack outs?
Woo! 100 rounds is super easy, bro. So I'd go through that.
my
Yeah. I mean,
gout just I get gout too, and that
Jay,
just knocks you
honestly,
out.
hey, for all the dancers who haven't gotten it yet, hey, let's
You
keep
don't
it that
know,
way,
mate.
man.
You don't
Honestly,
know.
you don't want to know.
You don't
want to
want
know.
to know.
Honestly,
It's bloody
So-
crazy.
yeah.
I'm actually one of the few Islander Māoris that haven't gotten gout. Yeah.
Well, you're
good.
lucky, bro.
Yeah,
how,
bro.
how is gout like? How do you get
We're
it?
going
like,
off topic.
like, is there like a
It's
specific thing
it's
you don't
technically
drink?
you have too much uric acid in
Yes.
your body.
Yeah.
And that crystallizes in your joints.
That's
basically.
pretty much it, bro.
How do you get that though?
It's
It's
Yeah.
Our body not flushing out the uric acid.
Oh,
Everyone
right.
has uric acid in their bodies, and certain foods give you that, like shellfish, bear.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like they have high uric acid in them.
Yeah.
And then our bodies
Just
is just
can't.
not flushing
Yeah.
it out, so it all stores in our joints.
But you know what's real cool is that apparently when I had to go get it checked out,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nurse was like real cute, like real funny, because she was like, I was like, bro, this is so embarrassing, like, bro, get me out of
Yeah,
here.
no,
And
me
then-
too. I was like, isn't that for old people?
And then and then she was like, "Yo," because I said the same thing. I was like, "Bro, am I old now? Like, have I crossed that like echelon of being old?" And they're like, "No, like it's actually real common in like
PI,
PI
bodies,
men
yeah,
like
men.
25 to 30 or whatever." I was like, "Okay, lady, you've saved me.
You saved me a
You
little
saved
bit,
me just
yeah,
now,
yeah,
you know." So I'm just saying, yo, you know, for all the young men out there, bro, you're all good.
You never know until you're 25.
Yeah, and all the dancers, bro, just shout outs
Yeah.
to all the ones that get it.
Yeah.
G fam, G, yeah.
The G fam.
But doing 100 rounds is crazy.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
would rather do
I'd
that.
rather
Really?
do that
Yeah.
than
It's really that bad?
than-
Gee, you're out for the whole day, few
Jay,
days.
Okay.
you are
can't
out
do nothing.
honestly. And when you need to teach and do all of that, bro,
Yeah, you make no money because you have to.
later,
Sorry,
bolt.
do you mind if I talk about
Yeah,
So with, I can't remember which I developed dance camp it was, but me and this guy did a collab for me and Ken did a collab for I developed.
Yep.
And
Crazy.
went to Southside, went to his house for our first rehearsal.
Yeah.
And he comes into the garage limping, and I'm like thinking like the worst has happened. Like this guy has
Broke
to
his
pull out,
foot.
Yeah.
he has to pull out something like that. And then he just goes to me, "Oh, I've got gout."
Jay, honestly, it's the funniest thing, bro.
Gee, and crazy story too. Remember in LA? We're in LA for for World of Dance.
Yeah.
And bruh, mid comp, I got gout.
No.
And I was like
Is
limping around.
the city walk one, or for
Yeah, or it was the start of the trip.
No.
This guy had to perform with.
I had to perform with it, but by those times, I was much better. I could put pressure on the foot.
Oh, yeah.
There were days where it was so inflamed that I couldn't
Yeah,
even fucking.
brother. Honestly, like, there's a different appreciation for like different drugs now, like painkillers, bro. Honestly, bro,
Yeah,
like
anti-inflammatory.
yeah. Anti-inflammatories, bro. The real ones will know which ones, bro. The triangle ones with the pink. Yo,
Hey, these guys are getting into like another realm of like relativity.
You guys should go. You should just leave now. We got.
honestly,
These guys talking
Bruh.
about pills in there, and I'm like, damn, must be nice. I don't know what it is.
honestly, bro, you do not want to know that pain. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We're just saying.
Oh, that is hilarious, bro.
Hey.
All right, catching back in. So you're still being a dancer, or you're still a dancer.
Yeah.
Would you rather have no arms or no legs?
Damn, bro. To be honest, I'd rather have no arms.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This
So
guy
you,
said-
I
this guy
said the
no
same
arms.
thing
I
when
said
we were
no
talking
legs.
about
No
it.
legs, yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
think
like,
it's
I can still do shapes.
yeah.
I'm literally thinking about still choreography, like while having arms.
Yeah,
I don't know how
no,
you do
for
that
real.
with no
I
legs.
think I think I just
in here.
yeah. I think just the mobility thing is a whole. You know?
Yeah, true.
Just
You're
run
gonna,
around.
you're- what's his name?
Yeah.
What's the
Put
Rock?
that-
The Rock.
Oh yeah. Actual. Nah, but imagine that. You're supposed to go off in 5, 6, 7, 8. What are you doing?
Damn.
You're taking a whole 4 counts, bro. You gotta get off.
You wouldn't be able to take him seriously, even if he had no legs or no arms. That'd
Yeah.
That'd be so crazy. Okay, moving on. National events or international events?
I would say, for me, international events.
Yeah,
International events mainly because, yeah, like we talked about before, like it's like I shed my skin and I kind of walk into lightsaber type of thing. So
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Just ask you this. Just go for it.
This one's a little bit
we on.
out there.
This one
Let's
is
go.
horses.
All good, all good.
So, would you rather watch your parents do the deed every
Crazy.
time or join in once?
Bro, watch, I ain't joining into nothing.
Every time!
Bro, there is no way. There is no way.
I was like, drink for sure.
Yeah,
Nah.
I'm ready for the drink.
Nah,
Oh
bro.
my
Oh,
God.
shots. Nah, but there's no way.
There's no way you're joining in. There's no way. We're doing the. We're talking about.
If there's those, yeah, I forgot about the drink option, but legit, if there's only 2 options, bro, there's one option. I ain't going there, bro. It's like there, let a bolt. Yeah, shucks. That's crazy.
So good.
Bro.
That is crazy.
All right, moving on.
Damn, I don't know if I asked this one.
Yeah.
Do you wanna just?
No. Ask away. All good.
Okay, so this is more of a versus one. Also.
Okay.
And this might be right up your alley. Now that I'm talking about that chip on your shoulders, your dad in your prime versus you now.
I think.
If that's any context.
Yeah. I think what's cool is that doubling back, I actually had a real buzzy conversation with my dad.
Right.
Yeah. So it's cool because we've kind of not buried the hatchet, but I think as a young man, as a young male, having that conversation, because all I knew growing up was that when I meet him, I'm about to pump. We're about to just go at it, bro. Yeah. But it was actually like a real buzzy conversation. Happened at an event in Wellington. Found out that he stayed right next door to one of the apartments that all the dancers were hanging out in. And then legit, bro, was like, like he popped his head over and he's like, oh, you guys dancers? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, my son's a dancer. Mentioned my name, and then all the dancers were like, wait, what?
Hold on.
Yeah, like crazy. And so, because
did they let you know? Like,
yeah. So I was at the event. I think it was like at One Treason or something. I was at the event. I was getting ready.
Yeah.
And then, this person came up to me and I was like, yo, I think we met, like...
Your dad?
Yeah. But his name's Karaka. So they were like, yo, we met Karaka. And I was like, the hell's that, Karaka? It's like, oh, he says he's your dad. I was like, because growing up, I knew him as another name.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. So I was like, wait, what? So it's just this real buzzy thing. This is right before I got to dance, by the way. So my mind is like stuff the tournament, like, bro, like, I'm like, wait, what?
I haven't seen my
what
dad.
What is this? And I think there was this whole internal, like, there was this internal dialogue happening between, like, young Ken, who's bitter, who's angry, who's whatever, and then this like older, like, yo, but we have an opportunity to like sort this out. Right. You know what I mean? And I think for me, obviously with like just my journey and my faith and stuff like that, I would rather see how to get out of something that isn't serving me to be a better person. Yes. So that feeling of just like bitterness and whatever, it's just not worth it. So I was like, that weekend, met him, had a buzzy ass conversation. But in that context, it would be me now.
Yeah.
Me versus, and like, I don't know if it's, just,
so,
one, two, or
Yeah.
for the vibes.
So you're
crazy.
So just sidetracking a little bit.
Yeah.
Your dad's the Māori side?
Yeah, bro. So, where am I? I can't remember my, I have it written down. Yeah. But I have it all written down.
Whereabouts are you from? Where's your dad from?
So he's from Wellies?
Nah, he's Whanganui.
Oh, Whanganui? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Somewhere, around there.
Okay.
It's real buzzy, bro, because I think the other half, like my other family, a lot of them are Māori too, so they are super connected to that. And so I told one of my cousins, her name's Aroha, but I told her, I was like, if I really want to connect somewhere down the line. She was like, I'll like help you do the whole marae thing and get to know your iwi and all that. I was like, I just find it buzzy because there's from both sides of my family, I don't know either side properly.
Right.
Yeah, bro. Even like my Samoan side or my, in terms of like the village and all of that. Yeah. So it's cool because I find like I'm just on this little journey of self-discovery. It's just mean. So I'm like, it's lit. But if it was me and my dad, bro, it'd be me and my dad right now. Because I consider now my prime.
Right.
Yeah. No,
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying when I was
100%.
coming up this kitchen. I was like, he's in his prime now. So
I feel like I've just stepped into my prime, bro.
Awesome, bro.
100%. All right, last question, brother, to wrap it up. All right. Big miho or tie-dyes?
Big miho, bro.
Yeah.
Big miho, bro.
If you know, you know. Like,
if you know, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, but big miho, I think, the skill in terms of what eyes brings will forever be like one of the best ever. Miho, just as a person, and even his style, bro, to be honest, is right now like one of my favorite styles to rewatch.
Right.
Yeah.
Jay, he's lit. He's so lit,
Yeah,
bro.
he's
His
crazy.
pace, his material, the way that he's able to break down certain rhythm changes and timing.
Yeah.
It's lit.
I-
It's too good.
I like how he doesn't adjust his speed going off anyone else's rounds.
Yeah.
Like he'll battle like I remember him battling Ruin.
Yeah.
And everyone knows Ruin's style. He goes like 100 all the time.
Yep.
But he didn't switch up his tempo for like no one, which
Yeah,
is what
bro.
I can really appreciate because
Yep.
when you like slow down your style, it really exposes everyone else. Like,
Yes.
bro, you have no
Yes.
idea. Like,
Yeah.
when you slow down your style and take time to appreciate every movement, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's kind of like not everyone, but like everyone else's rounds kind of like is wasted. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I appreciate about Miho. We got to meet him too in LA, bro. That was
Yeah, how was that for you guys, bro?
Oh, little kids.
Yeah,
gee. I've
I've
never been like speechless to like
crazy.
anyone. but-
Yeah,
And Solo and
Solo.
and Miho,
Yeah.
they were at
And
World of
Miho.
Dance.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Because, you know, going from watching them on a screen to seeing them in person, you're just like, is
Yeah,
this
bro.
real?
Yeah. It's crazy.
facts.
Bro. So,
Yeah.
Alrighty. So that's basically us, my
Yeah,
brother.
just wrapping it up, bro.
We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for coming on the
Sharp,
Brown
bro.
Brothers
Yeah.
podcast.
Appreciate
go.
yours. Appreciate you.
Appreciate your knowledge and your experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, just before we leave, do you want to just plug a little bit of your socials?
Yeah.
Where they can find you on your Instagram?
Yeah, cool, bro. Nah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you guys ever want to figure out more around my journey or follow my my journey in dance or whatever, just follow me, lightsaber_LH. That's on majority of my socials, specifically the dance stuff. Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, lightsaber_LH, and then yeah, recently tapping back into the YouTube content. So
Yeah,
you
nice.
can just find that on Lightsaber as well. Lightsaber NZ is the tag. I believe it is on YouTube. But yeah, honestly, more vlogs, behind the scenes, all of that stuff.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. Also, like,
Yeah.
more of you, just in another light, which is cool.
Sharp boys.
So just good luck, brother, for whatever endeavors you have
Sure.
in
For
the
the future.
future.
Sharp brothers.
And obviously, we're gonna see you around.
Yeah,
Bloody-
obviously.
we're in the
We'll
same
see you.
city.
Yeah.
We're gonna see each other at events and stuff. But just once again, brother, thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much, bro.
coming on
Appreciate
the
you.
first episode of the Brown Brothers.
Podcast. Let's go.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah. Shaky.
Lit.